When we are being honest with ourselves and we look at the world, we realize there's a lot of reasons to give up on hope, a lot of reasons to despair, to become overwhelmed by the formidable challenges facing us, from climate change to hunger to conflict to all the versions and manifestations of gratuitous suffering at the hands of human beings. There's a lot of reason to despair. But when I was 15 years old, I met a man who refused to give in to despair. That man was Elie Wiesel, Nobel Peace Prize laureate, confidant of presidents and prime ministers, Holocaust survivor, author of Night and many other books. Young Elie Wiesel was deported from his home with his family to the concentration camps, where his mother and sister, and later his father, perished. He saw the worst of humanity's inhumanity, and he came out from that experience as a young man with all the reason in the world to give up on humanity, to give up on faith in anything, to give up on any sort of commitment to values, and certainly on any attempt to make the world better. But instead, over the course of many years to follow, he found ways to insist upon hope. Eventually, he married and had a child. He became a teacher, investing in the next generation, in students like me and many, many others. He refused to give up on hope. And so, as a young person, I thought, if he could do it, well, certainly I can do it. If he can hold on to hope in spite of his experiences, then certainly I can hold on to hope in spite of my much more modest challenges. And Professor Wiesel taught us that hope, in fact, isn't a feeling, and it isn't a natural state of being that just occurs like the weather. He taught us that hope is a choice. Hope is a moral choice. Hope is the first moral choice. It's the choice that allows us to stay in the process of making the world better. When we let go of hope, when we sink into despair, we become part of the movement of indifference, which allows evil to flourish and to grow. When we choose hope, on the other hand, when we insist that in spite of everything, we're going to keep walking together towards a future that's defined by compassion and by courage and by honesty and by justice, well, then there's a chance that we'll contribute something that will make a difference. Students would often ask Professor Wiesel, what can we do to help? We don't have a Nobel Peace Prize. We don't know presidents and prime ministers. What can we do? And he always said the same thing. Look for the outstretched hand. Look for someone in your immediate vicinity who needs your help, who needs attention or a smile. Do something small. It doesn't matter how large it is, but do something to express your hope and your insistence on hope.